Welcome back to the channel, and we're gonna take take two on the self-filmed bow hunt this time. I'm gonna go out. Today is what is today? Tuesday, October 30th, and I'm gonna go out to a spot that is actually. I'll show you a map right after this clip. I'll show you a map. Actually, I'll do it right here. But that spot that you just seen on there is where Michael's blind. It's the blind that I call Mike's blind here, and it's where Mark shot his doe. If you watch this channel, that's the blind that Marcus shot his doe in the youth hunt. I'm gonna take my climber and I'm gonna go just north of that, up into the woods a little ways, and put my climber up in a tree. I get a lot better visibility from a tree than I do in that blind. And with the rut kind of starting up here, that's what I want, is more visibility. So if I see a buck coming around or something, I can throw a grunt out there and see if I can get him. So we'll take some footage and see what happens tonight. All right, today my wind is not ideal. I just stepped across the bridge into the grass field here, and I don't have a perfect wind. It's at my back. The wind's actually kind of blowing this way. The blind where Mark shot his doe is right up here, and I'm gonna go into the woods right up that way and climb up in a tree, and I'm gonna see if I can get high. If I can get high enough, hopefully I can keep the my wind, my scent up high enough that I don't have to worry about getting winded. All right, so let me just tell you, I love hunting out of this climber stand. I found my favorite trees to climb are maples and oaks, because they have a firm bark and the bark doesn't come off of them. You can see behind me, this tree behind me is a red oak, and there's actually 3 of them here, and they are poles. They go way up in the sky, and I am about, I would say 28 feet. I'm way up there, and I know some of you guys might say, holy crap, what do you need to be that high for? Well, let me turn this around. Over here's my food plot, and I would say that food plot is probably 80 yards away. And if you look through the trees, you can see the blind is right there. But the direction that the deer are gonna come from, and you'll see I have another oak here and another oak right here. I'm right in the middle of pretty good sized red oaks right now. And my wind is blowing straight in this direction, and that is actually where I expect deer to come from today. And I know this is not an ideal setup, but it's the best option that I had today. We got set up early, and I think with a little bit of luck, maybe we'll see some deer today. But here's the look. This is a big white oak. The turkeys love to roost in this tree. There's 3 or 4 of these big white oaks right here. And then over this way, it's kind of open, and I can get a shot. You can see I can get a lot of open shots here, but I'm so high up in the tree that my wind should be good, and I should also have a good opportunity to be able to get away with a little bit of movement, as open as this is, and not get busted. So let's see what we can do. All right, 2 deer just flew by here super fast. There was a doe, and she was running hard. She was being chased by probably a 6 or an 8 point. They passed probably about 60 yards from me, and I mean, they were going fast. So he was in hot pursuit. I couldn't even get the camera up, so I'm hoping they'll come back around here. So sit tight. So we got a little bit of a problem here. Them deer just came through. They were running hard. They were rutting really good. But I hear some pretty significant thunder in the background. And I'm not sure what's going to happen here. If I'm going to get rained out or thundered out. I'll sit in the rain, but I'm not a big fan of sitting in the thunder and the lightning. I got a great setup here, so I'm hoping this works out. The rain's starting to come down now. I think the lightning's going to miss us. So we're just going to sit in the rain here for a few minutes. There's just a little pocket of rain that's going to pass over us. I'm hoping in about 5 minutes. And it's just little pockets here and there of rain. Some deer that came through went right over that way. And man, they were booking it. So I'm sure they're long gone at this point. My only hope is that they could chase each other around the woods and then, maybe end up back in this area later. Or the other option would be she passed through right over here. The other option would be if another buck happens to come through here and pick up her scent and decide to follow the trail. Maybe I could grunt him and get him close enough. Like I said, she's probably past us by, 60 yards over there. So anyway, I'm gonna tuck the phone away in this rain. There's a doe coming back from the same direction that buck chased one to. Looks like that's probably a different deer. So I was wrong. I just put my binoculars on that deer. That was a real tall spike is what that was. That was the same spike that Marcus and I saw. It almost came in during the youth hunt. And you know what he was doing is he was backtracking where that doe came from. So he was going right down the same path that she ran down. So just what I thought. A buck found her trail.